Feeling like the lower 80s to upper 70s, even some of us feeling like the lower 90s still at this hour. Really not going to get too much relief from here as just very warm and humid conditions are going to be keeping us from dropping too much further than this. We'll start off on the warmer side for tomorrow. Going to be another hot and humid one for our Sunday. The little difference is, though, we'll have more of those isolated showers and thunderstorms for us in the afternoon. That's your forecast first. NBC 10 News at 10 starts right now.
Live from your local news leader and the Spirit of Community Award winner, this is NBC 10 News at 10.
2 earthquakes a day apart, we take a look at the damage and how California residents are reacting. And an explosion in Florida injures 20 people. We explain what happened and the precautions taking place. Plus, fireworks done wrong in Arkansas. How people in Pulaski County lost their fingers and their hands. Hello, and thank you for spending the weekend with me. I'm Chelsea Jones. People in California dealing with the aftermath of a 7.1 magnitude earthquake. It hit Friday night just one day after another quake. Camila Bernal has the latest.
Going for quite a bit, everybody.
Panic as a second major earthquake hit California Friday night.
8:21 here on the air. We're experiencing very strong shaking. Wow. I think we need to get under the desk.
The latest one 11 times stronger than the first. Authorities say it triggered gas leaks and structure fires throughout Ridgecrest. Rock slides shutting down State Route 178 through the Kern River Canyon.
The damage that we are seeing this morning in the light is not as extensive as one could have expected. Now, keep that in mind that we are going to be continuing to do extensive damage assessments.
Officials say there are no fatalities or major injuries. Crews are moving quickly to get things back up and running. Power has been restored to most customers, and many major stores are open. Now damage assessment teams and structural engineers are on the ground.
That's really to go in and start looking at a little bit more granular review of the damage that has occurred. That helps us to build what are we looking at like in total losses.
The governor has requested a presidential emergency declaration for assistance. Meanwhile, California residents are warned to be ready for another event.
It's just imperative that you are prepared no matter where you are. This 4th of July weekend, I'm sure we didn't expect this. And so make sure that you equip not only your homes, but your vehicles as well.
In Ridgecrest, California, I'm Camila Bernal reporting.
Caltrans officials say all roads are back open. Red Cross shelters will stay open as long as needed. Well, at least 20 people were injured in an explosion at a shopping center in Plantation, Florida today. Police say it happened this morning at a vacant pizza restaurant. The restaurant was destroyed and nearby businesses were damaged. Firefighters say 20 people are being treated for injuries, 2 of them for serious injuries. The Plantation Fire Department is calling it a gas explosion. An LA Fitness employee from nearby says she smelled gas earlier in the morning before the explosion. All businesses at the shopping center have been closed until officials can determine it's safe to return. Well, a missing swimmer's body was found in Lake Pontchartrain Friday morning after a boat rolled over her. Her name was not released, but officials say she is a 20-year-old from Mobile, Alabama. The woman was with another man swimming in the lake when the boat rolled over the both of them. This incident is still under investigation. Well, at least a dozen people have been arrested. Multiple others are hurt after what is being described as a fireworks war in Pulaski County's College Station neighborhood. Witnesses say people were shooting fireworks at each other, leaving some with blown off fingers and hands. Mitch McCoy has the story.
Well, it's disheartening for sure.
What should have been a night of celebration turned into an entire day of cleanup for Minister Dowell Evans in Pulaski County's College Station community.
You could see that it was brewing up to be something like never before.
Firework after firework being shot at people, including Pulaski County deputies and their patrol cars.
Oh, he chasing me.
Very loud, very powerful explosions.
We've never, experienced something really to this scale.
Pulaski County Sheriff's Lieutenant Cody Burke says 12 people were arrested and 5 were hurt.
People were coming up to us with missing fingers and just, their hands blown off.
Lieutenant Burke says fireworks were being shot at deputies while they were helping the injured.
We were trying to, put a tourniquet on someone that had missing fingers. They were firing fireworks with us.
Authorities say most of the people involved are not even from the College Station neighborhood.
That's when my heart started to pound.
Now people like Dowell are picking up trash piece by piece and praying those who left the town he loves in disarray don't come back.
Those 12 people arrested are facing a variety of charges, from aggravated assault, assault on a police officer, fleeing, even drug possession. Firecrackers were being shot at ambulances, forcing deputies to drive the injured several blocks away for treatment. Now, if you already have a furry friend at home, keep in mind fireworks might not just be scary, they could potentially make them very sick. Veterinarians tell us dogs eating fireworks this time of year can be an issue. It could cause your dog to have an upset stomach, but fireworks could also cause a blockage in their intestines. We've talked to a vet who said if your dog eats a firework, it's best to bring them in as soon as possible.
If you get them in soon enough, and they're able to get, surgery performed to get that foreign object out of the intestines, your pet's probably going to be fine. But the longer it stays in there, you can end up with problems with the bowels and even bowel death.
Dr. Stephen Bird says you should keep an eye on all pets, but it's most common for dogs to try and eat fireworks. Happening in downtown West Monroe right now, actually, dozens of locals are taking to Desert Street for the Two Dudes and Brew 4th of July block party. The street is packed with people of all ages, and there's tons of food for everyone, and there's a lot of things to do, from games of cornhole to a watermelon seed spitting competition, even a dunk take. The family fun event is open to all. It is a celebration for everyone in the area to come together for the nation's birthday.
This is just a way for everybody to come down, be a part of downtown Monroe, hang out, enjoy, celebrate the 4th of July, and eat barbecue.
Absolutely.
There's still plenty to do, including a jumper, lots of food, and it will be going on right now through the fireworks and even afterwards up until midnight. Well, coming up on NBC 10 News at 10, an event fit for a king. Well, not quite, but Master Archie was christened today, and it was a rather private affair, and not everyone was happy. We'll have that after the break, but first, a quick look outside.
Yeah, it looks like it was very, very hot today across the ArkLaMiss, and if you're going to be out and about tomorrow, make sure if you want to eat some ice cream, you might want to eat it indoors. Between the weather and the hot temperatures, it's going to melt quickly. We're talking about how long the heat's going to stick around and what we're dealing with the tropics. All that and more in NBC 10 News at 10 continues.
Through good times and hard times, NBC 10 News is with you every step of the way, helping you weather the storm, telling your stories, and sometimes telling our own.
Hey, my child goes to school here. My husband works around here. This is home.
NBC 10 News, your local news leader.
Stuck in jail? Call South Second Bail. Bad things sometimes happen to good people. If that's you, then you need to call South Second Bail Bonds. We're fast and friendly and serve all surrounding parishes. Stuck in jail? Call South Second Bail.
For nearly 100 years,
Entergy has powered our stories.
Stories of hope, triumph, resilience.
1.3 million customers. More than 5,000 Louisiana employees.
Each one a story.
From rebuilding marshlands
to opening new doors for students.
Entergy ensures that all of our stories shine brighter.
Because together,
we power life.
Honey, this Geek Speed internet is ridiculously fast.
We are seriously keeping up with the Joneses.
Keeping up with the Fords. Keeping up with the Garcias.
The Romeros.
Patels.
Willands.
Right.
No one's gonna have internet like this.
Xfinity makes keeping up with the Joneses simple, easy, awesome. Check out Gig Speed Internet or any of our other amazing speed options. Get started now for as low as $20 a month for 12 months. Plus, see how you can save hundreds when you get internet and mobile together. Click, call, or visit a store today.
We are Floorworks Flooring America here in West Monroe on Cypress Street. We would love to help you know what's going to work best with your budget as well as your lifestyle. Please come and see us for any of your flooring, countertop, and decorating needs.
For more expert advice, log on to myarklamiss.com. NBC 10 News at 10 continues.
It was a big day for baby Archie. At just 2 months old, he didn't probably know what was going on, or that some people are a little upset about how private the whole thing was. Here's NBC's Blaine Alexander on the royal christening.
It's a royal family affair.
Christening day for Master Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor. This family photo is about the only thing we'll get to see. Meghan dazzling in Dior, her mother in for the big day, along with Princess Diana's two sisters. Missing from the occasion, Prince Philip and the Queen. She had a prior commitment. The guest of honor is wrapped in a replica of the christening gown worn by his father, Prince Harry, and his grandpa, Prince Charles. But unlike christenings of the past, this one was completely private, just family and close friends. The front of the church was away from public view. Even the names of the godparents are a secret. Until now, we've only had a few glimpses of the newest royal, a sharp departure from Charles and Diana, and William and Kate, all more public with their kids. And the secrecy is sparking some backlash, especially after taxpayers forked over $3 million for the couple's recent renovations.
I think it's very hurtful to the fans. Very, very hurtful.
Others disagree.
I do think it's a family affair.
A proper, if private, celebration for the child seventh in line to the throne. Blaine Alexander, NBC News, London.
Well, we clearly missed the invite.
Oh, yeah, unfortunately.
But it's okay. We're here with you guys. So tell us what we're dealing with outside.
Oh, well, summer is in full swing across the ARC limits. We're talking about what that means for your heat and your tropical weather. All that and more when coming back from break.
The Animal House is your local pet store. Cypress Street, West Monroe.
Find your new best friend. Help clear the shelters on August 17th. Join NBC 10, Fox 14, and Banner Ford for this nationwide pet adoption event. Go to myarclimits.com for local shelters near you. Sponsored by Vanguard Realty and Batteries Plus Bulbs.
The 2019 RAV4.
Don't forget the carabiners.
Copy that. With loads of cargo space.
You find them?
Probably. And the latest tech.
We still on for spelunking tomorrow?
Totally. I love that.
Bye.
It was made for a more adventurous you. Right now, get $1,000 customer cash, or qualified lessees can lease the adventurous new 2019 RAV4 LE for only $259 a month. Hurry in today. Toyota, let's go places.
Engine in a car wreck during the weekend? Call Christian Creed. I did. He's local and ready to help you 24/7. What are you waiting for? Christian Creed is all you need.
If you're going to make one call, make it count. Call Creed and Creed today.
When my employer referred me to Homeland Bank, I went right in and opened an account. I don't pay any fees at all. They treat you very kindly. You walk in the door, everybody says hi to you. They know your name. They make you feel like they want you to be there.
We're Homeland Bank, your local bank. Where's your money?
On this big truck's journey, the driver faces long hours, unrealistic deadlines, and fatigue. Driver fatigue could lead to devastating accidents, leaving people seriously injured or killed. A big truck wreck requires serious legal help.
I'm attorney Bobby Manning. If you've been involved in a wreck with a big truck, I know what to do for you. Don't delay, call me today.
We spend the morning turning minutes into moments.
At NBC 10 News today, we make the most out of your minutes.
With local stories and interviews that really hit home.
And local forecasts to help plan your day and keep you safe.
NBC 10 News Today, your local morning news leader.
Up to the minute?
The minute you're up.
Live Storm Tracker Doppler Radar, sponsored by bankruptcy attorney E. Orem Young. Now, your local weather with meteorologist Brian Briggs.
Well, good Saturday evening to you. Hopefully you were able to enjoy the day. I know it was very, very hot and humid for most of us. It's been like that the last couple days or so. Didn't really get any relief from any of those showers and thunderstorms today, which is kind of a nice thing, though. There's a lot of activities going on for tonight. And now that things, I guess, relatively have cooled off, it's nice to kind of get out and enjoy. You can kind of see a little bit of smoke there on the horizon, too, from all the fireworks that we've been seeing tonight. So hopefully everyone's having a good one and staying hydrated and cool even this late at night. We're currently sitting at 79 degrees. That dew point is at 75. So very, very humid still. It's just sultry night overall. And we're really not going to fall too much more from here. Current temperatures, at least, anywhere from the lower 80s to upper 70s for the vast majority of us. But that's just the air temperature. The actual feel-like temperature is a little bit more than that. And we were seeing it in the lower 80s, even some lower 90s in some spots. Live storm tracker Tiger Doppler radar brought to you by ERM Young, not showing anything. Saw a few showers and thunderstorms up in southern Arkansas today, but most of us have been quiet. Now, kind of our main weather story is going to be these two systems that are in the southern plains region and mid-south. We're seeing this cold front up to our north. We're seeing this high pressure off the Gulf Coast. They're going to be kind of battling each other here for the next week or so, and it'll be really, really interesting, and it might kind of sound crazy when I say this, but this cold front right here may be responsible for a tropical system developing by the time we get to the end of the week that could affect the ArkLaMiss sometime next week. So let's kind of time that out on Future Tracker. We'll kind of just take this kind of in order here. So let's talk about Sunday first. We see some showers and thunderstorms developing mainly north of I-20 tomorrow. This will be kind of with that cold front that is kind of draped over the area and a little bit of upper level support. So we'll see a little bit better coverage of those showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon, which will be nice because we do need a little bit of a break from the heat. But they will come mainly in later afternoon and evening, dissipate by the time the sun sets. Maybe an isolated shower on Monday. But then the high pressure system works in from the Gulf and moves northward over us, really, really getting situated right over us. And that'll cause a lot of sinking air, which will really crank up the heat here as we head into the upcoming week. So that is for sure certain. But notice behind me here, you see this low pressure center off towards the east, and that is what the models are showing could possibly turn into a tropical system, but there still are a ton of question marks on where that track could go. Some want to say that it'll go east of us. Some say it'll head towards the Texas-Louisiana part of the Gulf Coast. So keep updated. However, if it does develop into something, it won't be incredibly strong, which is good news. But the one thing we can count on is that heat, and it could be even dangerous at times. We're going to be getting into the upper 90s here, folks, by the time we get to Tuesday, Wednesday, even into Thursday. And some of us, I would not be surprised if we did crack the 100-degree mark this week. So make sure, with that being said, keep your heat exhaustion safety in mind. Never leave those kids in the car. Drink plenty of water. Make sure you're not straining yourself outside. Find shade and wear that lightweight, loose-fitting clothing. It's going to be very important as we go through the course of the next week or so. So tonight only dropping down to about 75, going to be mainly clear. Not going to expect really any rain or precip. That comes for tomorrow as we'll get those showers and thunderstorms developing mainly during the afternoon. We'll take a quick look at the 7-day forecast here again, and that heat is going to be on. Summertime is here for the next week or so. And even with that saying, we just really don't drop below 90 degrees for the vast majority of the 7-day forecast. And then those rain chances as far as the end of the week with that tropical system, well, a quote-unquote tropical system, really much up in the air at this point. So just make sure you're staying updated, and we'll get a better idea of that as we get closer.
So we're about to be sweating a lot.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, Brian. When we come back, the Pelicans shake up things in their Summer League game in Vegas. Plus, Tiger royalty was in the house this morning over at Neville as Justin Jellybean Ellis put on his 3rd annual Kids Camp. Spencer Tillis will tell us all about it next in Sport.
The Twin City Mayor's Committee on Disabilities is holding a fundraising banquet to recognize our scholarship recipients and to honor individuals and businesses that advocate for the disabled in Ouachita Parish. Join us July 16th, 6 to 9 p.m. in the West Monroe Convention Center. Get your tickets today.
Wish we could afford to buy new furniture.
What is this?
It's your breakthrough from Conn's Home Plus. Conn's Low Payment Finder finds the lowest payment tailored to you, good credit or building credit.
Wow!
At Franklin Medical Center in Winsboro, we offer services and care to help keep you well. Our newly renovated facility features orthopedic care, along with great rehab facilities. Dr. Jed Robinson offers those with urologic conditions the most effective treatments with the highest level of skill and care. Our renovated emergency department is fully equipped and staffed with care that's better, faster, and close to home. Franklin Medical Center in Winsboro, where our service is matched by the highest level of hometown care.
At NBC 10, your hometown is important to us. And if you see news happening, call the NBC 10 News Hotline to send us your video or post it on our Facebook page.
Because what happens in your community
matters to us at NBC 10.
NBC 10 News Hotline, your local news leader. Did you see the story about 2 local churches making unique donations to the Homeless Veterans Food Drive? See it now on myarklamiss.com and the KTVE NBC 10 KARD Fox 14 mobile app. Just click on the Did You See section under the News tab now. Did You See? Brought to you by Highcumble Eye Center. Randy Ayala, weekdays on NBC 10 News Today. Need guidance on making better financial decisions? Watch Your Money. And get tips on everything from home mortgages to protecting yourself from internet fraud. Your Money, Monday on NBC 10 News Today. Brought to you by Homeland Bank. Closed captioning, sponsored by Vantro Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the price. Now, your local sports with Spencer Tillis.
Summer's rolling on, and so too are some of the great football camps that we got going on in our area. And we had another good one going on this morning over at Neville High School. One of the most likable guys to ever put on a Tigers jersey came back home and had a little fun with some of our future stars of tomorrow.
1, 2, 3, go!
More than 100 kids made it out to Neville High School this morning for Justin Jellybean Ellis's 3rd annual Skills and Drills football camp.
I mean, it's always a blessing to come back and be a blessing to the kids. It's all about the kids. You know, a lot of people make it about me, but it's really about the kids. It's always a blessing to come, put a bug in their ears, show them some drills, just influence them for a few hours. It might change a lot.
Throughout the day, some of our area's brightest young stars got to show off their skills on the gridiron, getting a chance to impress not only Jellybean, but a few of his friends that he brought along this year as well.
It's cool, and it's fun hanging out with them because, like famous and stuff.
Man, it's a blessing. You only get this once in a lifetime. We worked on footwork, wide receiver routes. We worked on tackling drills. We learned how to shuffle better, and it was like an all-around fun day out here.
I think part of it is just giving back to the young people that we have in our communities, whether it be here in Monroe or other guys that do camps around the country. I feel it's like giving back where you come from and then being able to just help young kids at the end of the day and give back. I think that's important.
I can see some future stars out here for sure. There's some bright kids out here today. A lot of them were coachable. So that's the biggest thing. You got to be coachable at this age in order to build, You got to be able to listen to coach. So a lot of kids were coachable. A lot of athleticism out here, so it was a good turnout.
This year, the camp was free and open to any kid that wanted to come out and have some fun. Because for the NFL guys, they knew today was more than just about teaching the game of football.
And they can come out here and learn some cool skills, some character skills, and just see NFL players and just get some motivation from that standpoint of just being in our presence. A lot of kids really look up to us.
It inspires me to play football and get better. Well, it's really exciting because I haven't seen them in real life, so it's really great. It's a great opportunity to get better.
Tomorrow we'll have an extended one-on-one interview with Jellybean talking about his personal playing career as he gets ready for another season with the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, in case you missed it, huge news in the association last night as free agent Kawhi Leonard shocked the league when he announced his intentions to go to the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, pretty much everybody and their mother was saying that he was either going to be going back to the Raptors or going over to team up with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, making the Lakers the next great super team. Instead, the league has something that it hasn't had in years, and that's parity. It's going to be great for the Pelicans because, if you remember, their future is connected at the hip with the Lakers. New Orleans owns LA's draft picks for basically the next 6 years. So the worse the Lakers are, the better it is for the Pelicans. And the fact that they didn't get one of the best players in the league is great news for New Orleans. And speaking of the Pelicans, they had their first Summer League game last night over in Vegas. And that meant the debut of that guy, Zion Williamson. And he didn't disappoint. Early on, gets the position down low and finishes it off with the two-handed slam. A few minutes later, goes down the lane and shows the hops one more time. And then check this out. Bullies Kevin Knox, takes the ball away and his lunch money, and then hammers it on in for 2 more. But shortly after that, he collided knees with a defender, would have to leave the game with a bone bruise, and New Orleans has ruled him out for the rest of the Summer League as a precaution. And then things got weird. That big earthquake that was over in California, well, it was shaking things up over there in Vegas as well. It even moved the scoreboard. They decided to call off the game at that point to try and keep everybody safe. Speaking of Summer League debuts, anyone catch this guy last night? Daniel Gafford had himself a night with the Bulls. My man went off. The former El Dorado High School star turned a few heads when he finished with 21 points on 9 of 10 shooting, pulled down 10 rebounds, and also had 4 blocks. Meanwhile, former LSU star Tremont Waters made his Summer League debut tonight with the Celtics. They were taking on the 76ers. Didn't shoot the ball particularly well, but he had a number of great defensive plays on the floor. He finished the night with 9 points, 2 assists to go along with 2 steals. That is going to be it for sports. We'll have another look at your forecast coming up next.
with Toast by Girls and Bath Planet, and we are the bathroom remodeling experts. Visit miraclemiss.com. Go to Ask the Expert.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kevin Finley. We know that there are a lot of people who just do not want to go to the dentist. Well, if that's you, we have a place where you can come and get what you do want. All the dentistry that you need without the fear and anxiety. Our doctors and staff will take away any embarrassment you might have about your mouth. IV Sedation can help you get the dentistry that you want in just a few visits. In a safe, comfortable place, you can take a nap and wake up to a new smile.
For 50 years, Cracker Barrel has been cooking home-style favorites to perfection. We thought we'd celebrate by making our golden anniversary extra golden. Introducing new, crispy, juicy Southern Fried Chicken. Now at Cracker Barrel.
Just one drop. Oh! Gorilla Super Glue Micro Precise. Of course!
Precise application, controlled dispensing with Gorilla Strength. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
I've been a client of FastServe going on close to 20 years now. It's the customer service that always has brought me back. When my van is out of commission, I'm out of commission. All I do, make a phone call, and they're there for me. You cannot do this on the internet. Hands down, FastServe is a blessing in my life. I don't order anything from anywhere other than FastServe.
LSU Tiger fans, it's time to get up and go. Get in the game and get the inside stories on Go Nation. Sunday night at 11:30 on NBC 10. Sponsored by Gordon McKernan, Injury Attorneys.
Edwards Body Works. Reliable since 1971.
Pretty much a repeat of what we saw today. Going to be expected for the second half of the weekend. However, we'll have more of those scattered storms during the afternoon, so a little bit of relief from the heat, but that disappears as we get into pretty much the majority of this upcoming week. And with that, yeah, the high-pressure system is going to be really settling in for Tuesday, Wednesday to Thursday, so it's going to be very, very hot with those lows, too. No recovery at night, so I'm really sorry. We're all going to be sweating it out, and we're going to just be paying a lot on our energy bills here the next week or two as we kind of get through this.
He's inhuman, man.
Yes, and they're sweating it out right there because they are topping off the 4th of July in the Twin Cities with this annual fireworks show, Look at It Go. People of all ages gaze in awe at the spectacular lights displays to celebrate our nation's birthday, but the festivities aren't over. The 4th of July block party continues until midnight.
Head out there.
All right. See ya back here tomorrow at 5.